What's happening, everyone? My name is Adrian and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It feels like we've been on lockdown for a very long time. I mean, can you tell my hair's a mess? And I know some of us really miss our favorite takeaways, some of us really miss our favorite restaurants. So, you're very lucky. In today's video, I'm going to show you a very simple Chinese crispy pork recipe, and it's going to come out probably just as good as your favorite Chinese restaurant, if not better. So, I've got all the ingredients listed in the description box down below, and we're going to get started right away. Alright, let's start off by preparing the belly pork. Get some salt, cover the top layer, so basically cover the skin with salt. Set that aside for 15 minutes. Whilst the salt is sitting on top of the belly pork, you're going to notice moisture starting to creep up from the skin. Don't be alarmed. This is normal and we want this to happen. Once the 15 minutes is up, you're going to want to remove the moisture from the skin. In this case, I used a teaspoon to sort of scoop the moisture and the salt away, and then pat dry with paper towel. Okay, that was simple enough, right? We're going to need to repeat this step 3 more times now. Okay, so let's recap. So we're basically covering the skin with salt, set aside the belly pork for 15 minutes, and after 15 minutes, you're basically removing any moisture that's on the skin and patting the belly pork dry. For a total of 4 times you repeat this process. Okay, once that step is done, either grab a tray or a plate, something big enough to hold your belly pork, and on that plate, put a teaspoon of soy sauce, put a teaspoon of Hoisin sauce, mix that up, and then place the meat side of your belly pork onto the plate or tray you've used. Once you've completed those steps, place the belly pork in the fridge for anywhere between 3 to 4 days. This is very dependent on how well ventilated your fridge is. It would be a good idea to monitor the progress of your belly pork each day. The belly pork should be ready when you've noticed the skin has hardened evenly across the whole layer of skin, and it should sound something like this when you tap it. Next, Put a thin layer of either malt vinegar or lemon juice on the skin. After about 15 minutes, apply one more layer. Next, score the underside, the meat side of the belly pork 3 times, and then let the meat rest for an hour before we put it in the oven. Alright, so all the prep is done and it's ready to go in the oven. I've set the oven to about 230 degrees and it's going to stay in there for about 35 minutes. And this is roughly for a belly pork size of about just over half a kilo. If you have something a lot larger, then obviously you want to cook it for a bit longer. But once this process is done, because we're only just cooking the skin side up first, once this is done, we're going to flip it over and cook the underside for about 10 minutes as well with the same temperature. Okay, so we'll start the oven now. Alright, so there you go, a nice simple recipe for crispy pork. Now for a test. I like to have my crispy belly pork with a bit of mustard, so let's give it a try, shall we? And it's crispy as. Alright, so that's it for this week. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Please give the recipe a try and let me know how it goes as well. Alright, and lastly, don't forget to click on that subscribe button and also make sure you're notified of all my upcoming videos as well. Thank you very much for your time. See you next week.